So it was about 2007 and 2008, and we were observing the housing crisis of 2005 and 2006. We were just beginning to come out of that crisis. But a lot of us were concerned about a lot of the outstanding debt that was still out there, okay, and it had to be resolved. And we were seeing signs that it could be catastrophic. It could be the cause of a bigger, greater depression. So those in the know, or those who were, kind of had a healthy suspicion of what could happen, started to take precautions. One of the precautions we were doing was we were accumulating a lot of gold and a lot of silver, okay? We were also buying a lot of guns and putting them in our safes. The other thing we were doing is we were starting to accumulate physical cash, so that if there was a run on the banks, you didn't care about that, okay? Because you already had a big cash position under your mattress or in your safe at your house. So around 2007, I would be at the office, at the Angel office, and I would call my wife, and I would say, "Hun, things are looking really, really crazy, potentially crazy. Go to the bank and start to withdraw some money." And she probably asked me like how much. And I think at the time I was like $5,000. And I probably had $500,000 of cash in our savings account at that particular bank at that time. She came back and she's like, "Yeah, they gave me a hard time about withdrawing $5,000. They would only allow me to withdraw $2,000. I was like, okay. In my mind, I was like, okay, we're going to do this in really small increments going forward, and we're going to do it a lot. So this went on for 6 months to a year. And by the time I was done withdrawing enough cash that I felt comfortable with, I ended up with about $100,000 of physical cash inside my safe, okay? And I remember the last few times that my wife went to the bank to withdraw money, her face was so recognized by the tellers. I guess they were a little bit frustrated with her or annoyed with her. She would walk into the bank and they'd be like, "Oh, Mrs. Hicks again." But that's okay. You have to do what you feel you need to do and what is comfortable. That was a big lesson for me. It was like, your cash in the bank isn't readily accessible. If there's an emergency and you need to get cash out like right then, it's going to take some time, especially large sums of money. That was the biggest lesson that I learned during that whole period, was that when you need something in a nick of time and you don't have it, it's too late. It's better to have it way before a crisis even begins. Even before somebody even starts talking about a crisis, you should always have a system in place all the time for anything.